Mr. Figueroa.
No problem, Your Honor. Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Code Interpreter, already sworn.
Alrighty. All right, Mr. Figueroa, if you can do a sound check on my headsets if you get when you get a chance. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Angélica de la Cruz Martínez. Angélica de la Cruz Martínez.
Angélica de la Cruz Martinez.
Right. Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM 8480AO on charge of battery and domestic violence. You did review your charging affidavit in this case. You did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Davis, does she qualify? Ma'am, I'm going to set your bond in this matter amount $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You had no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess or consume any drugs, alcohol while out on pretrial release. You also may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, ma'am. Mr. Figueroa, if you can make an announcement in the gallery, make sure in any of my witnesses.
They have one more.
Sure thing, Your Honor.
Hold on.
¿Alguna
What's the
persona?
name of this person? Oh, sorry, I have one more defendant before you do a chance.
Okay.
Who is
Give me the headsets for her, please.
Catherine Garado. Catherine Garado. Misdemeanor, domestic.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Catherine Silvestre Geraldo.
Catherine Silvestre Gerardo.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM 8504AO on charge of battery dating violence. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to set your bond in this matter amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You're to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. If you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order?
No.
No.
Yeah. Do we not have an order for her? Oh, you printed one. Okay. Waiting for her to get a chance to look at the Spanish order? Oh, we have some out there.
No lo he visto.
I haven't seen it.
Yep, we're printing you one in Spanish. All right. There you go. Go. Yep, take a look at it. Make sure you understand all the stipulations on it.
Good morning. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. Let me put your hand down. Please state your full name and date of birth. You're before the court at this time for an arraignment for an alleged violation of probation. An attorney with the public defender's office is present to enter a plea on your behalf, and then the clerk will announce your court date. Thank you, sir. That's all we have.
All right. Do you understand all the stipulations on the order?
Sí.
All right. Don't
Yes.
violate the order. You won't have any problems. Have a great day.
Good morning, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. May put your hand down. Please state your full name and your date of birth.
Now, Mr. Figueroa, if you can make an announcement in the gallery to make sure I don't miss any possible
Sure.
witnesses that need your help.
¿Alguna persona en el público que necesita el intérprete de español? Si es así, levanta la mano.
All right. I don't see anybody waving at me. So thank you, Mr. Figueroa. I think I had to call you back later this morning, but for now,
Not a
we're
problem,
good.
Your Honor.
Have a great day.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Brianna Vashon.
All right, ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM 5907 AO on a failure to appear warrant. Judge set your bond in that case in the amount of $2,000. Still condition your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. I believe you already had a public defender. Let me check. Yep, you already had a public defender representing you in this case. Not taking any action on your out on bond case, or it's an NTA case. You have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
O'Neill Jose Valga Rosario.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 8463 AO on a charge of paid theft.
Yes.
Hold on. And this was reset.
It was reset yesterday, Your Honor, because he didn't appear for court. They didn't bring him up because of behavior, but there was an offer on the out on bond.
Okay.
We wanted to resolve the out on bond, so I asked if it could be reset for today so we can resolve the out on bond.
And what about the current case?
There's
Um,
no,
Okay.
there's no offer, Your Honor. This would be his second conviction, so at this time, there is no offer.
All right. And what is the offer in this case?
It's a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. He has to do the impulse control class, no return to the Walmart located at 4520 South Cimarron Boulevard. There's also a cost of investigation of $125.
Oh, you say he has to do impulse control?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. Sorry. And then,
Cost of investigation of $125.58 to Orlando Police Department.
so who's going to supervise him in this impulse control class situation?
Can you not retain jurisdiction for 60 days?
I can. All right. I'm going to put it on you guys to remind me. I'm not going to go check on him. So if he doesn't file it, then he doesn't have to file an affidavit with the court or let me know.
Certainly, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, sir. You want to accept the offer from the state of Florida?
Excuse me?
You want to accept this offer from the state of
Yes,
Florida
yes.
that was just put on the record? All right, sir. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Put your hand down. So you're here in case 2020 MM 7384 AO on a charge of paid theft. That is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Ms. George, you guys represent him on this out on bond case?
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. You understand you're entering a plea of no contest to that charge?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to review all the rights you're giving up on the plea form?
Yes.
You understand that you're arguing a withhold, but possibly that this charge can be later used to convict you, like to enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you into this plea?
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation?
No.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, you can be deported from this country based on this plea?
Yes.
Did the party stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor, for the purposes of the plea.
All right,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept that stipulation and I'll find a factual basis for the purpose of this plea. Find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Want to withhold adjudication of guilt. Is that how many days do you have? 16? I'm going to send you to 16 days in the Orange County Jail with 16 days credit time served. I'm going to order that you complete an impulse control class within 45 days of today's date and file proof with the clerk that that class has been completed. I'm going to order that you pay $125.58 to Orlando Police Department in cost of investigation. There's $273 in court costs and cost of prosecution. There's also a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. I'm going to give you 3 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing.
All right.
Understand that?
Yes.
All right. And bond was set on the other case?
I do not recall
I don't see.
bond being
We
set.
didn't address any.
We
Didn't
just
address the case
reset
at
it.
all? Okay. All right, sir. In 2021, MM 8463AO, want to set your bond in this case amount of $1,000. Condition of the bond is you not return to the scene of the location. Have no contact with any victims or witnesses.
All right. And then I gotta pay $100. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Diana Mendez.
Ms. Mendez, you're here in Seminole County case 2021 CF 2815. Judge signed your warrant out in Seminole County, set your bond amount of $65,000 plus GPS monitoring. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you till we get you over to Seminole County. We're going to outfit you with that GPS system if you'd like to bond out. You have a great day, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 15303AO on charge of battery, domestic violence, and battery, domestic violence by strangulation. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Brandy Parker.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I can't hear you.
Yes.
You put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Kamara?
No, we met at my job.
All right. And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
If I want.
Do you want to have contact with him while the case is pending? You got to answer me out loud.
Yes, sir.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
State, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George. Mr. Kamara, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Does anybody want to advocate for anything other than no contact based on the facts inside of this affidavit?
Nothing from the state.
Mr. Quan, in count one, we're gonna set your bond amount $3,000. Count two, $500. Additionally, all is gonna be subject to pretrial release supervision in this case. You're gonna have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you may have at a shared residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have any questions about the stipulations or your no contact order?
No.
All right. You have a great day, sir.
I do have a question. Hold on.
About the stipulations or about anything else?
No contact.
What about the no contact order was unclear?
Supervised contact?
No.
No supervised contact?
No contact. Zero. Absolutely none. No carrier pigeons, no third-party contact, social media, anything you can think about would be considered contact with her I will contact and violate my orders. This is an agreement between you and I, not with her. So if you violate my orders, you violate my conditions, I can't trust you anymore to be out in public without violating them. So you're gonna spend a lot of time here with me on a no bond status until we can get this case resolved. You understand? All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Brandon James.
Mr. James, you're here in case 2021 CF 15300 AL on charge of battery, domestic violence by strangulation, I apologize. This is 30. Did review the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. You're also here in case 2021 CF 15297 AL. On charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and false imprisonment. Get something. Give me 1 second here. Did review the charging affidavit in that case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in 15300 in amount of $3,000 and 15297. Going to set your bond in that case in amount of $8,000 in count one and $1,000 in count two. Conditions in both cases are the same. No contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence from the victim. He'll give you one-time return with law enforcement if you need it to retrieve any personal items you have at a shared residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning. Carl Lewis Lovett.
Mr. Lovett, you're here in case 2021 CF 14652 on a charge of battery, domestic violence by strangulation. The judge signing your warrant in this case did find probable cause for your arrest as to that charge. Only question I have is, these prior DV cases, were any of them involving the same victim?
Yes, Your Honor, dating back to 2010, there are at least 4 other instances with the same victim.
All right, sir, I'm going to set your bond in this case about $15,000. Conditioning the bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be shown to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release on this case. You also have 48 hours to report to the sheriff's office or upon release to report as a violent sexual predator or sexual offender in this case. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Morning. Zeffirino Avance.
Can I also get Romo? Erica Romo. Erica Romo, case 2021 MM 8486.
That's the code 8.
Oh, the code.
Her inmate number is 210278886.
Sing. Sing. He needs Romo. Erica Romo.
The co-defendant Erica Romo. Somebody can bring her. You sit there. No. Everybody at the podium. Oh. Everybody at the podium, wherever you want to put them. All right. Let's start to my left, go to my right. All right, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Erica Romo.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM 8486 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning. Zeffirino Avance.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 8485 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in this case. Had to deal with both of your arrests. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Ma'am, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. Tell me who is standing to your left.
Zeffirino Avance.
And who is he to you?
My spouse currently.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes, if possible.
Has there been a history of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, sir.
All right. Were you the victim of this prior domestic violence case?
No, sir.
Are you aware of the prior domestic violence case?
Yes, with a family member.
All right. And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, sir.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You put your hand down. Sir, can you tell me who's standing to your right?
Erica Romo.
And who is she to you?
My spouse.
And do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
Yes.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, Your Honor.
All right, were you the victim of this prior domestic violence case that I see in her history?
A victim? What is that?
Were you the victim of the prior domestic violence case I see in her history?
What does victim mean?
It was with Jacob, so no.
Oh, no.
And were you aware of the prior domestic violence case?
Yes, you are.
Yes, correct.
And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Can I just ask, how much is his dog worth?
Nothing is a complete misunderstanding.
I just want to know. I mean, is this like a purebred, $15,000 dog or something, or
Baby pit bull.
that caused this?
misunderstood.
Got to the point where people call the police?
It was my grandmother, yeah.
Well, I mean, grandmothers are going to do what grandmothers do, so, you know.
Tell the full truth.
All right. All right, man, I'm going to set your bond. I'll set both bonds and conditions the same. Bond in both your cases is $500. Both will be subject to pretrial release supervision. Going to order no hostile contact between the both of you. Now, no hostile contact means this. You all, since you're legally married, like you have a marriage license?
Not married, but soon.
Okay. You are in a domestic relationship, and since that is the case, things do come up that cause conflict and irritation between those people. However, those disagreements, those arguments cannot become violent. They cannot become threatening. There can be no abusive language used between the two of you. Because no matter whether each one of you calls law enforcement or whether grandmother calls law enforcement again, you both will be arrested for violating my orders. You both will spend a lot of time here at the Orange County Jail for violating those orders. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor.
You also may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms, either of you have, need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I want to appoint the public defender to represent you both at this time. One of you is going to get something called regional conflict counsel, which is another form of public or free attorney, is what we'll call it. But since you each have a independent right to independent representation, you can be represented by the same office. All right. Everybody have a great day. Don't violate my orders.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. It's Johnson. That's what somebody just told me. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Counsel, you put your name on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Richard Parker for Mr. McEarl Johnson.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 8498 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. And counsel, did you want to tell me anything prior to setting release conditions in this case?
No, Judge. The standard conditions would be fine, and the standard bond would also be fine.
All right. Well, go ahead and take action on his probation case.
I'm aware of that.
All right. All right, Mr. Johnson, you're going to set your bond in this case in an amount of $2,000. Condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim. That's even from this jail. You also may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also maintain a separate residence from the victim. If you are able to be released, I'm going to give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at a shared residence. Is where you represent him on the violation of probation too?
Yes, Judge. He called me last night about 11 o'clock, so I came down here this morning. I've represented him before and his family, so we'll be signing on to both cases.
All right, so you're on probation in case 2018 CF 12417 AO. Court's going to court find probable cause to commit a new law offense, give you probable cause for on-view violation of your probation. Going to set your bond at no bond in that case. You're a violent felony offender of special concern, sir. You're not entitled to release or bail or bond on this violation of probation until you go to hearing. Mr. Parker is going to represent you in both cases. You have a great day, sir.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Microphone. Slide in front of the microphone for me. Thank you.
Hi, sorry. Sorry.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
It's Brianna Bennett.
Ms. Bennett, you're here in case 2021 MM 8500 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Is she qualified, Ms. Davis? All right. Ms. Bennett, I'm going to set your bond in this matter amount $250.
Okay.
Going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any items you have at a shared residence.
Okay.
You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about the stipulations or your no contact order?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You have a great day, ma'am.
Okay, thanks, you too.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Eddie Bracken.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM8501AO on charge of battery dating violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this matter in the amount of $2,500. Additionally, your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case, not return to the scene of the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have any questions about the stipulations or your no contact order?
No, sir, not about that.
All right. You have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Mr. Colbert.
Mr. Colbert, you're here in case 2021 MM8472AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. Give me 1 second. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. All right, sir, I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,500. Condition on your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Instead, you asked me to take any action on this probation case from Sumner County.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Colbert, you're on probation in Sumner County case 2018 CF 1198AO. On the state's request and based on the probable cause determination found in 2021 MM 8472AO. Court's going to find an on-view violation of your probation. Going to set your bond at no bond. In that case, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you to reach over to Sumner County to deal with that violation of probation.
Okay, so I'll have to get extradited.
At some point, so we got to figure out whether you got to deal with this case first or you got to go to Sumner County first. But you appoint a public defender here, and hopefully they'll reach out to the Sumner County public defender's office and make a connection.
To contact the,
and your probation officer is probably going to come see you soon as well. So you'll probably be here for a warrant in a little while. All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Fred Dancy.
Mr. Dancy, you're here in case 2021 MM 8474AO on charge of battery dating violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Shamanika Greta Parker, AGREDA space PARKER.
Okay. And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Dancy?
He's my boyfriend.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes, please.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, sir.
And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, sir.
State, you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Dancy is going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Ms. George, you have any questions for the witness?
No questions, Your Honor. I would ask, given he does not have any other criminal history, Your Honor, I would ask for a no hostile contact order, given the victim's testimony.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Here today. I don't know. It does not seem like it's his normal pattern.
No, I'm just trying to, the description of this, well, I'm going to test, like I'm going to ascertain is a headlock, is kind of what's, what I'm kind of drawing my attention at the moment. All right. And say, what's your response to Ms. George's advocacy about no hostile contact?
Your Honor, at this time, I have no objection. He has no criminal history, no drugs, no mental defect. The victim is present and is asked for contact, and he does qualify for pretrial release. So I believe he could be monitored, and I don't have any objection to it, Your Honor.
So my thing also about no hostile contacts is, can they all live at peace with each other? Because if not, Mr. Dancy may be on the bad end of that stick. All right, Ms. Dancy, you're going to set your bond in this case amount of $500. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no hostile contact with the victim in this case. No hostile contact means this. You all are in a dating relationship. You all are very young and I guess usually quickly agitated. So what cannot happen when you guys are having an argument or disagreement about various things is that you cannot become violent with her. There can be no threats made. There can be no abusive language used between the two of you. Because no matter whether she calls law enforcement or like somebody hearing this situation, like in this case, calls law enforcement or sees you all arguing and feels that danger is or threat is about to happen, law enforcement is going to get called. You're going to get arrested, violating my orders. You're going to spend a lot of time here at the Orange County Jail for violating my orders. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You also may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm already appointed the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
You too.
Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Daniela LaBeouf.
Ma'am, we're here in case 2021 MM8505AL on charge of battery, dating violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $500. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at a shared residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Shanari Matos.
You locked the door? Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM8483AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
My name is Felix Lajara, Lajara.
And could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how you know Ms. Matos?
She's my spouse. She's my baby, the mother of my kids also.
And you guys are legally married?
No.
Not yet.
All right. And do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
Yes, sir.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, sir.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, sir.
State, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you, Ms. Matos. Ms. George, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Are you advocating for no hostile contact?
Yes, Your Honor. Given the victim's testimony and the fact that my client does not have any prior DV history, or criminal history, period, Your Honor, I would ask for no hostile contact order.
All right, Ms. Matos, I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $500. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no hostile contact with the father of your child. No hostile contact means this. You two, since you all do share a child and are seen to be in a domestic relationship, are going to have conflicts. Things are going to come up that you're not going to have to agree with. It doesn't matter if you're living together, he's leaving the toilet seat up, makes a mess he doesn't want to clean up, or generally not treating you in the way that you want to be treated. However, those disagreements about the baby crying, or not about changing diapers and those kind of things like that, feeding the baby, those disagreements cannot become violent. They cannot become threatening. There can be no abusive language we use between the two of you all. Because no matter whether he calls law enforcement, or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing, calls law enforcement, you will be arrested for violating my orders. You will spend a lot of time here at the Orange County Jail for doing that. I'm going to also may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand? Can't hear you.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
All right. Have a great day, ma'am. Have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jason Scott Mosley.
Mr. Mosley, here in case 2021 MM 8477AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. You got a co-defendant, didn't you?
Yes, Your Honor. She's outside. Yeah.
Yep, let's go and grab her. Let's see. Smith, that's what it was. Can't remember her name. All right. And good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Adela Smith.
Ms. Smith, you're here in case 2021 MM 8478AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review your charging affidavit and did find probable cause for your arrest, as well as Mr. Mosley. All right, Mr. Mosley, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. Sir, who is the person standing to your left?
Adela Smith.
And who is she to you?
She was a girlfriend a few years ago. We've been on and off, back and forth here and there for the last. We had a situation and we split up for a few months due to. Sorry. We split up for a few months due to a situation at hand. We've been trying to work it out. It's not working out. She's extremely violent. She's a little mental. She attacked me on Thanksgiving. Tried to kill herself with her pill bottles. I called the police. The ambulance came and took her. They didn't take her away. We agreed at that point I agreed with her. She wanted to still be with me, and civilly, I agreed with her. We don't need to be together at this point. It's no good anymore. She decided to take her stuff and leave, so we did that. She took her stuff and left. I come home last night.
I recommend you not talk about the facts of the
Yeah,
case.
it's more of generally like
sorry, I just
you're good with the first like 2 sentences you started with, but then
Okay.
I feel like you're really trying to get something off your chest there.
I didn't assault anybody, sir.
No, I'm just about whether you committed a crime or she committed a crime.
Okay,
That's not really.
No worries.
We're not here for that at this moment. We're here for release conditions to be set. All right, so I'm guessing that you don't want to have any contact with her, based on shortly what you're saying.
No.
All right.
We agreed to no contact already civilly before this happened.
All right. And Ms. Smith, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
I just want to put your hand down. Mr. Mosley, I got one more question. Were you the victim of the prior domestic violence case in Lake County? Were you the victim of the prior domestic violence case in Lake County?
No, she got plenty of assault cases on her. She's very violent, so no, that's not.
Those were dropped.
All right. All right. And Ms. Smith, can you tell me who's standing to your right?
Jason Mosley,
And who is he or was to you?
my boyfriend.
All right. And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
No, sir.
All right.
No reason to contact him.
All right. A question for you. Are you taking any mental health or psychotropic medications?
I do.
What are you taking?
Is-
What are you supposed to be taking?
I do take.
She has not been taken.
Okay.
I do take fluoxetine and I take Lamictal.
All right. Do you have a mental health provider that you see on a regular basis?
I do not because I don't need that, and my medications are controlled with my primary care.
All right. And when's your next appointment with your primary care doctor?
I don't have one right now, but I mean, my mental is not the issue.
I'm just asking
I'm
the
just
question.
saying none of that is even relevant to this period whatsoever.
It's extremely relevant.
Well, see, that's usually the situation. Like, so I'm just trying to. I'm not saying what Mr. Mosley thinks about the situation. I'm trying to make sure that
My psychiatric
that you are like, if you are seeing a mental health, like, that you are seeing one on a regular basis. You're not just, oh, let me get a prescription filled and not see the doctor again for another year, and then we haven't,
3 months.
Yeah. So I mean, like, do you see him every 6 months, every 3 months? You like, that's what I'm saying. Trying to keep up like with that kind of thing. Are you seeing a therapist every month, twice a
I'm not
week?
required to see a therapist every month. So
I'm not
I
asking
don't.
if you're required.
I'm just
to
saying
see
I
one.
do keep my medications regulated. I do see mental health. I do see all of that. Everything is fine. Everything has been regulated.
Okay.
And I think she said every 3 months, right?
Yeah, I heard she say. Yeah, she said every 3 months. I'll tell.
Okay.
She keeps skipping over my question. So like,
No, I'm not trying to skip over your
Yeah.
question. I'm just
All right.
saying.
All right. Mr. Mosley, you want to set your bond in this case in an amount of $250. It's going to cover pretrial release supervision. You'd had no contact with the victim in this case. You didn't maintain a separate residence. This happened at your house, I believe. So no.
She doesn't live there.
Oh, no, that's
I have all my stuff there still.
wait. Listen, hey, listen. We're going to stop talking while I'm talking.
Apologize. I'm not used to this, so I don't go to
Yeah,
jail.
I'm just letting you know. It's like being in class. You're not going to talk while the teacher's talking. So, in Mr. Mosley's situation, I could tell from this that this happened at your house. Going to order you maintain a separate residence from her. Want to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms while you're out on pretrial release in this case.
You order, hold on, say the first time. What'd you
No weapons or firearms. Maintain a separate residence. No contact with the victim.
My house?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
All right. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you both. But one of you is going to get something called regional conflict counsel. So all of you can have an independent attorney representing you in this case. Now, in Ms. Smith's case, going to set your bond in that case amount of $500. Get it subject to pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the witness and the victim, Mr. Mosley. You are to maintain a separate residence from Mr. Mosley. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at his residence. So go with law enforcement. If you don't go with law enforcement, you're going to be arrested. And I'm not going to hear about, oh, Judge, I heard this, I heard that.
No.
Somebody told me this or that. We're going to hold you at no bond. You're going to stay here with me. All right? You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. not allowed to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, or orders you keep up with your mental health appointments, or orders you take all your medications, like mental health medications, in the doses that are prescribed to you by your doctor as part of your pretrial release.
Your Honor, did you order surrender firearms in Mr. Mosley's case?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
No weapons, no firearms. Yep, no weapons, no firearms for either one of you.
I mean, there's no big deal. I don't plan on shooting nobody lately.
Well, no weapons, no firearms until this case is resolved. You understand? Everybody get that?
Yeah.
All right. Violate my orders. There's a problem with you. You have a problem with me, not with each other at that point.
No, I'll turn it over. I have no issue with that, sir.
All right. All right. Did I forget anything after all of that?
No. No, you're right.
All right. Everybody have a great day. So, all right, we'll keep rolling until we'll get to her in a second. Good to him. Warren Circuit, tell me your name. Well, over here. Yep, microphone. Need you be in front of the microphone. There you go. Hello. I don't know how you missed my big blind. I'm huge. Oh my God. Because you looking like all around, like I don't know how you missed all of this up here.
How you doing?
All right. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Rafael Santiago, sir.
This is Santiago. You're here in case 2021 MM8473AO on charge of battery, domestic violence, and battery. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest.
Can I say something?
Nope.
You get done.
I'm gonna order. Probably you got the right to remain silent. So I'm gonna suggest you
I just want to show
exercise that right.
that
All right. So state. I see one prior domestic violence case involving the same victim and another case, or
I never had no charges with domestic violence. So I dropped.
that's not what I'm asking for.
Okay.
You also have like protection orders that you've had injunctions in the
That's what I'm
past
trying
before.
to get to, sir, that it was always got taken off because
Yeah, I know.
it had nothing to do with me, sir. Like I would never put my hand on my woman. I don't want to judge. The judges always seen I leave him alone. It's my house, and she keeps doing that, hitting me. and
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Yep.
Like I never wanted to happen to her, sir, but I never put a hand on my woman at all. And the judge, this is
Listen, man. Isn't that we're not here for that? This is not a trial. When you get to trial, you can testify, you can take the
just wanted you
stand,
to
and
see
do whatever you want to do. But right now, I'm just trying to get some information
I know,
so I
sir.
can
I
get you
just
out of
wanted
here.
you to see the
Unless you want to stay here with me. You want to stay here with me?
No.
Okay, then relax.
I have a
Calm down.
business. All
All
right.
right, quiet down. Let me finish asking my questions to the state of Florida so I can get you out of here.
Yes, sir. All right, gotcha.
Go ahead.
I don't know that you finished the question, Your Honor.
I was trying to get to this. I saw one case with the same victim. I see another domestic violence case. Is it the same victim, the different victim? When did it happen?
I saw one in 2019 and 2020, both with the same victim, Your Honor.
All right.
And no,
All right, Mr. Santiago, is count one, setting your bond at $1,000. Count two, $500. Condition of both your bonds in this case that you had no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim.
Okay.
If you one time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons and firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. If you are not living together, that's fine. You can go back. If you have your house, you can go back to your house as long as she's not living there. Other than that, you have to maintain a separate residence until you can get that resolved in front of another judge. All right.
I'm not going to talk about my case, but this is all I'm saying. The only thing that I want to be proven to the record here, sir, is that if she looks at my history, okay, never once I had a domestic violence guilt, but this lady keeps calling, and the officers come there, and I'm not going to talk about this case. The officers come there and say, he never touched you. He said, no, never touched. The judge in injunction hearings that I showed you that she don't, she said, oh, did he touch you?
It sounds like you may want to take some action in the other direction. It
Sir?
sounds like you may want to take some action in the other direction.
I don't know what to do. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, you probably need to talk to somebody downtown at the family court.
Yana. And then I'm not getting no help. And I've been there almost 20 years in prison. Came on, own a business, doing right. She's using this against me. Oh, you want to? I'll walk away like man, and she gets mad because I disappeared.
Don't talk about that.
No, listen, man. Let me explain to him, man, please. I'm not saying no wrong.
All right,
I need to find a way how this could get off of me like this, sir.
Was that you talk to your public defender? Talk to.
All right, so is the bond still 100 each, sir?
It's 1,000 in count one, 500 count two.
Either one. All right, thank you.
A lot of energy, man. Lots of energy this morning. Yeah, this whole tray of donuts up here.
Right. They can hit me like this?
All right. Come on, man. Can you tell me your name?
Latifah Marie. Oh, this loud. Latifah Marie Thompson. I got a loud mouth already. I don't even think I need a. You see? I'm loud. Might make me extra loud.
Oh my God.
Oh God. All right. All right, man. You're here in case 2021 8488AO on a charge of battery, domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,000. It's going to cover pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the victim in this case.
Okay.
You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am.
Same to you guys. Now I can get loud. Oh God, I'm never coming back.
Hey, man. Now you're in a full moon. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
John Townsend.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 8503AO on charge of battery, domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. One second. Oh, what's Thompson? All right, going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,500. Condition of the bond should not have any contact with the victim in this case. Maintain separate residence from the victim. One-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. Not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Not allowed to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. It's subject to random drug and alcohol testing. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. All right, you got any questions about your no contact order? No. All right, have a great day. Yes.
In the gallery, we have the victim for LaBeouf. I also asked for the defendant to come back up.
Sure, come on. Come on in. Let's see. All right, he's going to bring him in the booth. Hello. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Hey, Jason Montoya.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Yeah.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Spell your last name for me.
Montoya.
And this is case 2021 MM8505AO. Miss LaBoy? LaBeouf?
Yeah.
Miss LaBeouf. All right, tell me how you know Mr. LaBeouf. Miss LaBeouf, I'm sorry.
She's my girlfriend.
And do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
Yes, I do.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
Never.
And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
State, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No questions, Your Honor. However, I would ask for a no hostile contact order, given she has no prior domestic violence history, and the facts in this affidavit aren't extremely violent, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. LaBeouf, I want to modify your orders that you were here for before. The no hostile contact. I want to strike the maintain separate residence provision. All other orders remain the same. However, I'm going to give you this explanation of what no hostile contact means. No hostile contact means this. If this is your boyfriend and you guys want to continue in this dating relationship or in some other kind of friendship, those relationships or arguments or disagreements that happen between you all cannot become threatening. They cannot become violent. There can be no abusive language used between the two of you. Because no matter whether he calls law enforcement or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing and calls law enforcement, you're going to be arrested for violating my orders. You're going to spend a lot of time here at the Orange County Jail for doing that. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. You have a great day, ma'am.
You said you were gonna strike the maintain?
Your Honor. Yep. You're striking to maintain separate residence, striking the one-time return, and striking the no contact, modifying it to no hostile contact. Yes, sir.
One question. What's the earliest that I can get a release?
Well, you can go downstairs and talk to the people about a bond, about paying her bond.
Okay. How much is the bond?
I believe it's 500.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Corey Fountain.
Mr. Fountain, you're here from a Seminole County case 2021 CT 2691 on these are no valid driver's license charge, bonds $263. We're going to appoint a public defender representative to get you over to Seminole County, or you can post bond.
I'm sorry.
You can post bond or get transported to Seminole County. It's your choice.
How do I do that?
All right, have a great day. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Tyson Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're here in case 2021 CM 10023 from Hillsborough County. Bond in your case is no bond. Bonds remain no bond. Or that you have no contact with the victim until you get you over to Hillsborough County. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you till that happens. You have a great day, sir. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
I'm Jonathan Alomar Diaz.
Mr. Alomar Diaz, you're here in case 2018 CF 1713 on a violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant's case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Marquise Brooks, sir.
Mr. Brooks, you're here in 3 matters. The first one being 2 matters, I apologize. First one being 2021 CF 12138 on a warrant signed by a judge and information being filed, charging plea attempt to elude law enforcement, license sirens activated, and no valid driver's license. Sorry. Did no valid driver's license or driver's license suspended? Hold on. 1 second. I gotta read off this warrant. No valid driver's license is what they charge, correct? All right. The no valid driver's license. Mr. Brooks. All right. Sorry. No, they charge an information. Plea attempt to elude law enforcement license sirens activated and count 2 driver license suspended. All right, we're going to set your bond in count 1 in the amount of $3,000, count 2, $500. Condition of the bond is that you are not to operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Okay. You're also here in 2017 CF 5684 on a charge of violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in that case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor?
Another case.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa. Wait. 1 second. 1 second. Apologize. Hold on. Got another case. Oh, sorry. Yes, right. So you have one. You have also 2021 CF 12936 on another charge of looks like Fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement with license sirens activated. We're going to set your bond in that case is $3,000 as well. Condition that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All right, we'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Charles, sir.
So, Charles, you're here in two matters. First one, 2021 CF 1532 AO on charge of possession of cannabis. Charging affidavit I reviewed. Found probable cause. Bonds $1,000. Cannot possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. We also in 2016 CF 15980 for violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant, set your bond at no bond. You are a violent felony offender, special concern, sir. You're not entitled to release or bail and bond on that case until your violation is completed. You want to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. All right. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Everett.
Mr. Everett, you're here in case 2020 CF 3762 AO on a violation of probation. Here for armed violation of probation, court found probable cause. Will set bond and no bond. You're a violent felony offender, special concern, sir. You're not entitled to release or bail or bond on this case until your violation is completed. We want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this violation of probation case. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
I'm Oscar Hunt.
Mr. Hunt, you're here in case 2019 CF 2415 AO for violation of probation. Judge sign your warrant, set your bond and no bond. You're a violent felony offender, special concern, sir. You're not entitled to release or bail and bond on this case until your violation of probation goes to hearing. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I have you said Lucines is what now?
Yeah, he's a refusal.
All right, this is 2021 CF 15331 and 2021 CF 797. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Lucines, maybe, in both cases.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Lucchese?
Lucchese?
There's no N in there, so Lucchese.
Okay, that's right. Lucchese. Lucchese. Yeah, Lucchese. I'll go with it. He's not here to correct us. So, all right. I want to set bond in found probable cause in 2021 CF 15331. Bond count 1, 1,000, count 2 and 3, $100 each. Without possessing drugs, alcohol without valid prescription. In the violation of probation case 797, bond $0 going to remain as set. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ricky Tyrone Neal Jr.
Mr. Neal, you're here in case 2021 CF 15346. Sorry, one second. On charges of burglary of a dwelling and criminal mischief. Did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count one, amount of $8,000. Count two at $1,000. Condition of your bond that you may not possess your weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have any turn over to law enforcement. No contact with any victims or witnesses from that case. You're also hearing case 2021 CF 2084, as well as 2020 CF 12983 AO. I see that somebody assigns you bonds in those cases, but the law doesn't allow me to do that. So, of course, going to set you at no bond in those cases. You're a violent felony offender, special concern, both in your history and with the new law offense that you were alleged to committed. So your bond is no bond because the law doesn't allow you to be entitled to one. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in all your cases. You have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Vicorn Thomas, sir.
Mr. Thomas, you are here in two matters. The first one being 2021 CF 15352 AO on charges of fleeing, attempt to elude law enforcement, license sirens activated, grand theft motor vehicle, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of cannabis. They reviewed your citation and your charging affidavit did find probable cause for your arrest. I'll set bond in count one in amount of $3,000, count two, $1,000, and $150 on your remaining counts each. Condition of bond, no drugs, alcohol without valid prescription. You've been at return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and no operating motor vehicle without valid driver's license. You're also here in 2021 CF 2255 AO for violation of probation based on armed view arrest in your other case. Of course, going to state found probable cause, say you're bonded, no bond in that case. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in those cases. You have a great day, sir.
Two.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Benito Vasquez.
Mr. Vasquez, you're here in 2020 CF 970 AO on a violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond is going to remain as set. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Baxter Bernard Watts, second.
Mr. Watts, you're here in case 2019 CF 1580 AO on a violation of probation. It's an on view arrest. Court found probable cause. Going to set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Christopher Handy.
Mr. Handy, you're here in case 2021 MM 4200 AO on a violation of probation warrant. Bond is no bond. Bond's going to remain as set. I'm not taking any action on this case you're here for as well, 2021 CF 3030. You have a great day. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you. Ms. George, you want to enter denial on Mr. Handy's behalf?
Yes, I'll enter denial.
You want to get your court date, Mr. Handy?
Wait. Division 50, GOP status is January 14th, 9 a.m., courtroom 7.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Molly Hunt.
Ms. Hunt, you're here in case 2020 MM 8673, as well as 2020 MM 8828 AO Both of those for violation of probation warrants. Both of those bonds set on those warrants are 0 bonds. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in those cases. Ms. George will enter denial on Ms. Hunt's behalf.
Yes, I'll enter denial.
Division 50, I think, for both cases.
Division 50, VLP status will be January 14th, 9 a.m., courtroom 7C.
All right. You want to come back at 10:45? Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Rafael Garcia Sanchez.
Mr. Garcia Sanchez, you're here in case 2021 MM6434AO. You've been charged by information in 2 counts. First one is violation of domestic violence injunction, and the second one is battery domestic violence. Both of those are first-degree misdemeanors. Both of those are punishable up to 1 year in the county jail each and a $1,000 fine each. Going to the public defender's office represents you in this case. Ms. George will plead on behalf of Mr. Garcia Sanchez.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Sir, we're going to set you for pretrial in Division 50 on the following day.
January 10th, 9 a.m., courtroom 7C.
Have a great day. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Joseph.
Ms. Joseph, you're here in case 2021 MM8385AO on a information charging battery. That is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You're represented by the public defender's office. Ms. George will plead on behalf of your client.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to set you for Division 84 on the following day.
December 13th, 9 a.m., courtroom 4B.
Have a great day.
Judge, can we bypass Moser?
Sure. So Rivera, Emmanuel Rivera is coming or not coming?
He is not coming.
All right, this is case 2021 MM7979AO. Ms. Rivera is a public defender client.
I'll waive and enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, we set him before Division 82 for pretrial.
Pretrial is January 10th, 10:30 a.m., courtroom 10B.
All right. More, Mr. Moser.
Your Honor, can we, I need to speak to him. They hadn't brought him up when I was back there.
Okay.
He just came up, so I need to speak to him about the offer.
All right. Well, is Mr. Savage back there, or okay. You want to waive his arraignment?
Yes, I'm going to enter.
I'll talk to him after that. You can talk to Mr. Moser. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Savage.
Mr. Savage, you're here in case 2021 MM7849AO on an information charging criminal mischief and assault domestic violence. Both of those are second-degree misdemeanors. Both of those are punishable up to 60 days in the county jail each and a $500 fine each. I want to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, and I'm going to set you for Division 50 on the following day for pretrial.
Pretrial conference will be January 10th, 9 a.m., courtroom 7C.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
I can't plea out today.
Not without the victim present, no. All right, have a great day. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Robert Musry.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM7617AO on a charge of trespass in an occupied structure, refusal to leave. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Ms. George, we're pleading on behalf of Mr. Mosher.
We're going to enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor. The offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, no return to the Marriott Hotel located at 333 South Garland Avenue, and there's a cost of investigation in the amount of $62.96 to Orlando Police Department.
62.96,
Your Honor.
OPD. All right, Mr. Mosher, is that your understanding of the offer from the state?
It is, yes.
Could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can put your hand down. Sir, you here in that charge of trespass in occupied structure, refusal to leave. That is also a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and $1,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes.
Ms. George, what plea do you on the air on behalf of Mr. Mosher?
No contest, Your Honor.
Mr. Mosher, do you understand that entering a plea of no contest in this case, you're going to waive all the rights on the plea form that you're going to sign?
I do, yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, I'm not.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, I'm not.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, they have not.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation.
I do, yes.
I did have opportunity, like, do the parties stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did have opportunity as well to review your court file to this morning. They're going to go on to find a factual basis for the entering of your plea, going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered, going to withhold adjudication of guilt, going to give you credit for the 37 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 37 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. There's also $62.96 to the Orlando Police Department cost of investigation in this case. Going to combine all these costs for payment. I'm going to give you 3 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir. All right, and this is Spanish.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Court Interpreter, already sworn, back on the line.
Welcome, Mr. Figueroa. Can you greet our defendant at the podium and ask him to tell me his name?
Sí. Florencio Castro Garcia.
Florencio Castro Garcia.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM8502AO on a charge of criminal mischief. You reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond at $500. Additionally, the bond, you had no contact with any victims or witnesses. You're not allowed to return to the scene of the location. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
All right. Switch over.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
Can you slide that TV up for me? So I'm not looking like breaking my neck here. Let's see. All right, see Mr. Jose Rivas. Yeah. There we go. And there we go. All right, Mr. Rivas, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, sir. Oh, sorry. We need an interpreter for him, too?
For, who's that?
For,
Fernandez?
yes, Jimenez?
Just Fernandez, yes.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Wait a second. We have to call you guys back. Can you mute if you're not Mr. Rivas? All right, I want to call you. I won't have to sign back on. Give me 1 second here. I got to get the interpreter back on the line. You didn't know that. Yeah, that's gotta... Well, did anybody give me the list? Everybody shared it with each other, and then just...
The interpreter is back on the line, Your Honor.
Hold on, Mr. Figueroa.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
All right. Mr. Rivas. Mr. Rivas.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there we go. All right. Now we have the interpreter online. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Esvin Leonel Jimenez Miranda.
Esvin Leonel Jimenez Miranda.
Sir, you are here in Case 2021 CT 1677 AW, as well as 2021 CT 1678 AW. Charges in those cases are driving under the influence and no valid driver's license. Review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Set your bond in your driver's license suspended case in the amount of $1,000 and your no valid driver's license case amount of $500. Condition is that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. You may not enter any bars or places where the primary source of income is to sell alcoholic beverages.
You're doing the FTA, correct?
Want to do those next?
Only here on the FTA.
He's only here on the FTA warrants? I thought somebody told me he was here on these other two cases. Okay, well.
Wait, doesn't he have 2 FTAs?
Yes.
I'm sorry, all right. I'm sorry, I apologize. And I guess in 1677 AW, I guess you got 2 failure to appear warrants is super confusing. Bond in those cases amount of $1,000 each. We hope you have Ms. Reeves representing you in this case.
Strike all the other.
Yeah, strike out the other conditions set in those cases.
Oh, there are no conditions on the FTAs?
The judge didn't set any, and the state didn't ask for any. It looks that way.
He's been in custody, Judge. I don't know where those FTAs are coming from, but he's been in custody, Judge.
Maybe that's the reason. Nobody was jumped up and like, hey, the guy's in custody. So I'll let you deal with that. Let me see. With Judge Allen.
Yes. Just for the record, these are all these cases are scheduled for a global plea tomorrow, Judge, in front of Judge Allen. Faye Allen.
All right, sounds even better. All right.
I will see my client tomorrow morning, Judge, just so he knows.
All right, you'll be in front of Judge Allen tomorrow morning at downtown.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Eso fue un error de.
All right, my attorneys, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to address 3 more Spanish cases. Actually, we're gonna stay like this as long as everybody can mute themselves until we can get their case addressed. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Leonidas Contreras Martinez.
Leonidas Contreras Martinez.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 15336L on a charge of possession of cocaine. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,500. Condition of bond, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You subject to random drug testing in this case. You're out on bond in 2021 CF 8954AO. Of course, going to revoke that bond, set that bond amount of $2,000. Same conditions, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, random drug testing. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Andrés Criollo Flores.
Andres Quiollo Flores.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 15347AO on 2 charges. The first one is attempted second-degree murder with a weapon. Next charge is aggravated battery causing great bodily harm with a weapon. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. State, what are you seeing as attempted second-degree murder with a weapon? Second-degree murder is a life felony. Would the weapon enhance it? back to a life felony or first degree felony.
I believe, Your Honor, that it's just a first degree.
I was saying attempted second degree murder would be a first degree felony. Question I have is, would the weapon then enhance it back to a life felony? Not sure.
Your Honor, I think it's a firearm that enhances it, not
a weapon in the.
But I'll look.
In the 1020 life statute. I don't know, Mr. Brett's on the line. He may know. Mr. Brett, you want to weigh in?
On what? Sorry, you caught me trying to do something else.
No, it's attempted second degree murder with a weapon. So my thoughts are, would the weapon then enhance it back to a life felony? Or would it just still be a first degree?
Second degree murder with a weapon. Well, I mean, I heard something about 1020 life.
Yeah, so if it's charged with the 1020 life, because that statute also contains the aggravated battery enhancement.
Correct. Correct.
The weapon part of it.
1020 life would rule, and if you did cause great bodily harm, yes, you could be subject to life.
No. It's let me get the statute up here. It's
okay. I'll get you the 1020 life statute in 1 second. 1020 life is going to be sentencing 10 life or consecutive 7750872D.
So 775.087. Sub 2 of that is talking about the 1020 life part of it. Sub 1 is an enhancement to pretty much any felony with dealing with a weapon.
It just whether or not you used a weapon in it.
Yeah.
So if you use the weapon, and as long as you use a weapon in a felony, if you possess the weapon during the course of the felony, it's 10 years. If you discharge it, it's 20.
That's a firearm. I think that's the firearm. I think with any weapon, I think it's sub 1.
Not weapon. I mean, sorry. Okay, you're saying just with a weapon, but not a firearm?
Yes. So sub 1 would be this case it involved a knife. So with attempted second degree murder with a weapon, because if it was just regular attempted second degree murder, I think it downgrades that from a life felony to a first degree felony. But if you give it back the weapon based on 8775.087 sub 1 sub A, it tells me that's a life felony.
Well, the issue is also how it's charged in terms of the fact that the weapon enhancement can't be used if it's an element of the charge, if that weapon is the element of the charge.
Yeah, I don't think we're falling into a merger problem, because it's, you can attempt to second degree murder without strangle somebody, do some other things that may have, caused attempted second degree murder. All right, so I think it's a life felony. So just state, what are you asking that I do as to
I'm not sure.
count 1 of the charging affidavit?
Your Honor, based on the analysis and finding that it is punishable by life, I asked the defendant to be held no bond.
So I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. George, do you have a response to the state's request?
Your Honor, I would ask that a bond is set. Again, I was trying to look up to see if it is in fact a life offense.
You get the statute?
Yeah, so 775.087, which is more usually talked about as our 1020 life statute, 1020, 25 to life statute. People usually skip over sub 1 of that statute, which is an enhancement with any weapon used in the course, pretty much, commission of a felony.
Got it.
So
I see, Your Honor. I'm not willing to waive his Arthur hearing, Your Honor. However, I would ask that you use your discretion, given that there's no prior history violence.
Well, based on the facts of this case, I'm going to have the division judge take a look at this before granting any bond in this case. So on count one, sir, I'm going to hold you at no bond. Count two, I'm going to set your bond in an amount of $25,000. I'm going to make a condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case, not return to the scene of the location where this incident occurred, may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release, as well as not having contact with any witnesses, even from the jail, about this case. All right. You have a great day, sir.
He has it.
All right. Sir, it seems like before you're released anyways, you may have to talk to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement before you're allowed to be released from jail. They're going to take any action as far as deportation from this country. All right. Have a good day, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Rivera Rowland, bonded.
All right. And then I had Fernandez.
Yes, sir.
What's
Fernandez.
misdemeanor pleables? Hold on one second. Find that.
Hernandez?
No, misdemeanor, none.
Here we go. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Dani Fernandez.
Yodalis Fernandez.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM502 AW on a failure to appear warrant. Judge set your bond amount of $1,000. I was going to ask the state of Florida had an offer to resolve this case.
Just as soon as I find it,
These are misdemeanor, non-pleadable.
The offer was a withhold credit time served, no return to the Walmart located at 10500 West Colonial Drive. And there was a cost of investigation in the amount of $136.73. I believe that was the Orlando Police Department. Your Honor, I did try to speak to him about the offer, but he needed a Spanish interpreter.
Okay. All right, Mr. Fernandez, after hearing the offer, did you want to accept
¿Me puedes repetir, por favor?
Can you repeat that, please?
The offer was a withhold of adjudication and guilt, credit for the time that you spent in the Orange County Jail. There's a cost of investigation in your case of $136.73 to the Coley Police Department, plus other costs of court costs and costs of prosecution.
¿Y cuándo saldría?
And when would I get out?
If you don't have any other case holding you today.
Okay. Una pregunta, eso ya yo lo había cumplido. Ya yo había cumplido este caso.
I had already completed.
Oh, he has an attorney. Hold on.
Done with this case.
Okay.
1 second. Yes, Leslie.
Oh, he has a private attorney on that one. Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Who's supposed to be here on the line for another case. Coulter.
Yes, Your Honor.
There we go.
Coulter is present.
How are you? Seems that you represent Mr. Fernandez as well. Hold on, maybe not. Maybe I clicked on the wrong person. Sorry. One second.
Okay.
Clicked on the wrong person. There it is. He's the guy right above you. Sorry. All right. No, sorry. He is not represented by anybody, the public defender or Ms. Coulter. We'll call Ms. Coulter next since she's already in line. All right. So, sir, looks like you have an out of bond on case that I'm not going to take action on with, and you have an offer of a withhold adjudication of guilt credit for how many days do you have? 2 days in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. There's court costs, cost of prosecution, and cost of investigation, public defender, liens, and application fees. as a part of the resolution in this case. Did you want to take that offer from state?
La oferta es, pues no estoy entendiendo la oferta, porque yo hice 6 días en Osceola y me transfirieron para acá 2 días. En Osceola yo tuve 5 días y después ayer llegué 2 días aquí, hace 2 días aquí. Llevo 7 días en cárcel.
Okay, I'm not understanding the offer because I spent 5 days in jail in Osceola and then I was transferred here for 2 more days. So I've been in jail for 7 days.
Okay, you don't have to accept the offer today. I'll stay your bond at $1,000 and you can, I want to appoint the public defender to
No, yo
represent you.
acepto la oferta, la oferta, pero quería saber qué es lo que pasaba porque necesito saber.
No, I accept the offer. I just wanted to know what's going on because I need to know.
Well, I explained to you what's going on, and then you told me that you don't understand what's going on. So I'm trying to get you. I can't explain I can't give you any legal advice or tell you about how all these things, this offer is going to affect you. So you told me that you don't know what's going on. You don't understand the offer. So I want to stay your bond at $1,000. You can appoint a public defender to represent you. They can get you in front of Judge Allen as soon as possible to resolve your case. Sounds like she may be taking pleas
Pero yo acepto la
tomorrow.
oferta.
But I accept the offer.
Are you sure?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. What about the offer did you not understand? Because you told me you don't understand.
Lo que no entendía es que me aparecía 2 días que llevaba preso, pero le estoy diciendo que yo llevaba ya 5 días en Osceola, nada más eso.
What I didn't understand was the fact that you said that I was being credited with 2 days in jail when I had already, like I said, I had already spent 5 other days in Osceola.
Y que ya yo había terminado ese caso de Walmart, que yo tengo firmado, que ya yo fui a Oco y ya estaba cerrado ese caso.
Maybe on a separate case.
And I have that case, and that case is already closed. I went to the courthouse in Osceola and I have a document signed saying that case was closed.
Yeah, so that may have been on a separate case. You're here for a different case. So as to this case, you only have 2 days credit time served because it seems like your only arrest affidavit I see in this case is from the 2nd of this year, December 2nd. Okay? All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM502AW on charge of petty theft, 2nd degree misdemeanor, punishable to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
No, ¿me puede repetir poco a poco? Es que usted también habla muy rápido.
No, can you repeat that slowly? You speak too fast.
Or maybe Mr. Figueroa is speaking too fast.
I'm sorry, God. The interpreter just has to keep up with you.
¿Cuál es la oferta?
All right. Sir, you're here on the charge of petty theft. The maximum penalties for that charge are 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Sí, ¿cuál es la oferta?
Yes. And what is the offer?
The offer today is a withhold adjudication of guilt, credit for the time you spent in the county jail, court costs, cost of prosecution, and cost of investigation.
Ok, ¿cuándo saldría?
Okay, and when would I get out?
All right, we covered this today. You don't have any other cases holding you.
Ok, señor.
Okay, Your Honor.
Do you want to hear a plea of guilty or no contest to the charges?
Y si nos, quiero que me explique, ok, yo acepto la oferta y saldría hoy o el otro caso, pero yo tengo otro caso.
Okay, but one thing I'd like for you to explain to me. So I accept the offer and I get out today, for this case, but then I have another case?
You have an open case that the state of Florida hasn't filed on. It doesn't look that way. Once they file on that case, you'll have new court dates.
Quería saber.
I just wanted to know.
For the record.
Ok, yo acepto la oferta.
No contest.
Okay, I accept the offer.
No contest.
On 21 CF 688, defendant has pretrial January 19th.
I take that back. It's like the state has filed on their other case. You have pretrial conference on January 19th. In front of who?
Judge Alvaro.
You got Judge Alvaro, January 19th, 9 a.m.
Yes. No, at 1:30.
1:30. 1:30 p.m. January 19th. After Martin Luther King Day, you need to be here. The court, you need to be downtown at the courthouse on Judge Alvaro on your other case. Otherwise, you'll be failing to appear and back in front of me. All right. So now, back to your plea. Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest? Because you never answered my question.
No contest.
No contest.
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you can waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, medication?
No, señor, ni hoy ni yet.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or forced you to enter this plea?
Oh.
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, you can be deported from this country based on that criminal plea.
Yes, señor.
Yes, sir.
I did have opportunity to review a court file in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein. When I accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Going to withhold adjudication of guilt. We'll give you credit for the 2 days you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. There's $136.73 cost of investigation to a Coley Police Department. We're going to give you 2 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
May I interrupt just for one moment to bring something to your attention?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with your analysis on the past case. And the fact is that the second-degree murder, that the issue now that I've had a chance to research in the background is that the second-degree murder is not a life felony. It's a first-degree felony punishable by life, the PBL. So I don't know if that, so a first degree with an attempted goes down to a second degree, so it would go back up to a first degree. I don't know if it's a life. I guess
second degree murder. It's like second degree murder itself is a life felony, correct?
No, it's not. It's a first degree felony punishable by life. It's a PBL, not a life.
First degree felony punishable by life. So the question I had was that if it was an attempted second degree murder, does it go down? It goes down to a first degree regular felony, or it goes down to a second degree felony? You're saying
it goes through second degree. It says it's a first degree felony punishable by up to life, so it would go down to second, and then it would come up to first. That's the question. But then also, just one other thing to point out to you: you might want to make. I don't know if you did or not, but you need to make a finding that there was actual possession or use of the weapon per Castillo v. State, which is a 3rd District case, 17.
At this point, I need to make that finding, or at?
Yes, you need to make that finding, or else it's not a life felony.
An initial appearance?
It wouldn't, because it's not second. Per this case, it's second degree murder is not a life felony. So it's saying it's only a life felony what this case says is that a guy was convicted of second-degree murder, and it was made a life felony based upon the finding of use, but then they found that the finding of use was erroneous, so it just became a first-degree felony. So yes, it does say that this case specifically says is that that there needs to be to make it a life felony, make second-degree murder a life felony, there must be a finding of, even if it's preliminary based upon I would assume in this case, preliminary based upon your reading of the affidavit, but it's not a felony. It's not a life felony unless there's an accusation or a finding of some sort that he used or possessed.
So attempted second-degree murder with a weapon, I'm going to find that based on his the affidavit and his statement in the affidavit, combined with other witness testimony that he did possess a knife. And then the question then becomes: is a first degree felony at this point? The attempted went from attempted second-degree murder is a second-degree misdemeanor felony, and then the use of the weapon would make it a first-degree felony. Correct?
I'm thinking. I mean,
right.
I'm trying to find authority.
So I'll do this. As to Mr. He took all my paperwork. I think I can find his name because I'm also on warrant duty, so
Is it a plea?
aware of those cases.
Ah.
Yep, Jose Carolio Flores, 2021 CF 15347AO. All right, we're going to set his bond in count one in the amount of $200,000. All other conditions remain the same.
Can I get that the site for that case, please?
Absolutely. The site for that case is going to be Castillo v. State, 217 Southern 3rd, 1110.
Thank you.
And so it states that it only becomes a life felony. The enhancement, the 775-087-1A enhancement only applies if there's a specific finding.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. I mean, I just want to get it right. So I was asking the question. I didn't have time to dig too deep into it when I was reading back.
That is what I do, and that is what I love.
That's why I asked you. I was like, Mr. Brett, I mean, I know you probably had something for me. All right. I told Ms. Calder I was going to call her next, and she.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm still here.
All right, still here. All right. Can I get Kana Fauch? Is it Fauch? Is it? I'm going to butcher her names this morning.
I believe so, Your Honor. I have not had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Fauch. This is a failure to appear from a trespass with the date of arrest of June 16, 2021.
Okay.
Information was filed back in July.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Was the information filed in the other case too? For this, the open case? There we go. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Kana Fauch.
Ms. Fauch, you're here in case 2021 MM4149BO on a failure to appear warrant. Bond in your warrant is $500. Your attorney, Ms. Calder, am I saying that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is on the line with us. And was there an offer that you want to put on the record state?
Yes, Your Honor. It is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, no return to the 7-Eleven located at 605 West Colonial Drive. There's also a cost of investigation of $50.66 to Orlando Police Department.
Is there a specific reason why we're withholding on a person that has prior trespass? And you've in the past been adjudicating people in the same position?
Your Honor, I have no objection to an adjudication. This was an offer that was, I believe, relayed before, so I just copied over the offer.
And was that other open case?
Your Honor,
Is it filed?
for the case number that's listed on the face sheet, it's listed as a Jane Doe. In the clerk's site.
What did you guys ever file on it, I guess is the question.
There's a written plea of not guilty and a waiver of arraignment. No, I do not see.
All right, so no information is filed.
No.
All right, Ms. Coulter, I guess, I don't know if you want to talk to your, advise your client to take that offer or not. It's up to you. Otherwise, I'll just stay the bond at $500.
Yeah, I would just say that this case has been at pretrial in Town Division twice at this point. So if Ms. Fouch wants to resolve it, I think that would probably be in her best interest to enter a no contest plea at this point.
All right, Ms. Fouch, is that what you want to do to this charge?
I believe so. What does it mean for me?
Right now, you're going to have to go to court at some point for this other open trespass case. But right now, that means this case will be over with.
Okay.
All right, and Ms. George, could you do me a favor since Ms. Coulter is not here? Fill out a plea form for me.
Yep, I'm doing it right now, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Fouch, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you can put your hand down. You're here on a charge of illegal trespass and a structure, so other than a structured conveyance. That is a first-degree misdemeanor punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Kohler, what plea do you want to enter on behalf of Ms. Fouch?
No contest, Your Honor.
Do you understand, Ms. Fouch? Do you understand my entering a plea of no contest in this case? I won't go over what's on the form since you get a chance. You didn't get a chance to read it. Do you understand you're going to be waiving your right to have a trial in this matter where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, but I don't understand what that means exactly. I'm sorry.
To enter a plea of no contest in this case, you have to give up certain rights.
Okay. Well,
one of those rights is to have a trial, which you've seen on TV and like Law and Order, those kind of things, those kind of shows. You have the right to have a trial like that in front of a jury where the state of Florida will have to prove your guilt beyond what the standard is called a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
okay.
Now, I can't give you a good definition of reasonable doubt. I think the Florida Supreme Court has done that. It's still very hard to explain. Most attorneys spend a good amount of jury selection trying to make sure juries understand kind of what the feel of that a standard is. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you understand you're going to give it the right to have Ms. Kohler represent you at that trial as your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand you're going to give it the right to challenge the state's evidence, call witnesses on your behalf?
Okay.
If there's a witness that what you wanted to call in the court and that witness now wanted to come to the court can use the subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Okay.
Do you understand that you're waiving your right to remain silent as to these charges? I can hear you. You got to answer me out loud.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation from this country?
Yes, sir.
Did the party stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did have opportunity as well to review the court file and did find a factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea, ma'am, of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the
8 days.
8 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 8 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a, Ms. Kohler, are you appointed?
Yes, Your Honor, I am appointed, and I just wanted to backtrack because I thought the state had offered a withhold.
Yes, ma'am.
The state
They did.
back off on the withhold.
They did offer a withhold. I Because of where I've been sitting and the other prior cases that have come before me, and people in other similar situations question why we were giving Ms. Fauci a withhold when we've been adjudicating other people. So
you rejected that offer, and this is a bench plea.
The adjudication.
I have an offer. I have an offer from the state attorney from November 16th. As I stated before, this case has been through pretrial a few times. It's just we had some failure to appear. So the November 16th offer from State Attorney McKenzie did offer the withhold too.
Yeah.
But I just wanted clarification on that. If Ms. Fauci is okay with the adjudication, that's fine. I just wanted to point that out to the court.
All right, Ms. Fauci. So to give you more clarification, the adjudication of withhold is something that's in the jurisdiction of the court in any case in the plea or post sentencing after trial. In this case, other people that have been in your similar circumstance with similar criminal histories and other things like that have come before this court and have taken pleas from offers from the state of Florida that have encompassed what they call an adjudication of guilt, which means it's conviction as to the charge of trespass on property other than structured conveyance. The state of Florida initially offered you a withhold. I didn't think that was equitable based on the prior history of cases, the things they've offered, and their prior pattern of behavior. It doesn't seem to be an equitable resolution for you versus everybody else. So your attorney wants to know, do you understand that you are going to be convicted of this charge versus receiving a withhold of adjudication, and whether you're okay with that or not?
What does that mean exactly?
All right, so I'm going to let Ms. Kohler, I don't know if you feel like you're comfortable explaining to her that over on the record, or did you want to have an opportunity to talk to her later on?
I'm going to leave that up to Ms. Fauci. Alternatively, I've been trying to make contact with you to resolve this. If you want to get out today, the court just told you you'd be convicted of trespassing versus the charge showing up on your record, but it not being a conviction. So you would be convicted of this charge.
All right.
Okay. As long as you're okay with that, that's fine. Because we haven't had a chance to communicate, I need you to understand that.
All right, I understand.
Okay.
All right, ma'am. I'm going to
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, ma'am. I'm going to give you credit for the 8 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 8 days credit time served. There's court cost of prosecution in this case, about $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public conflict counsel lien. There's also cost of investigation of $50.66 to the Orlando Police Department.
Yes, Your Honor.
The Orlando Police Department in this case. I'm going to combine all these costs for payment. I'm going to give you 3 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Right. You have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you to the public defender for assisting in paperwork. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a great day.
Thank you.
And then no action on her honor bond.
You this? Okay.
And Mr. Verrett, I think my list of people. I'm sorry, Mr. Verrett, you're not next.
Am I in the right courtroom now?
Yeah, you're in the right courtroom. Yep, you are in the right courtroom. It's just, things are always docket order around here. So I have somebody, I saw Mr. Blair Jackson. He's coming.
Yeah, good morning.
Corey Cohen.
Yeah, good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Michelle Campbell, I believe.
Yeah, for Corey Cohen's office. So I need Michelle Campbell and then Altaria Collins. That's Mr. Verrett's client. Only if things were predetermined in here. I have Campbell and then Collins. So I need Michelle Campbell. There you go. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Michelle Campbell.
And Mr. Jackson, you want to put your name on the record?
Sure. Blair Jackson on behalf of Michelle Campbell.
All right. Mr. Campbell, I'm going to set you're here in 2019 CF 11399 BO on a failure to appear warrant, as well as 2020 CF 12745 00 on another failure to appear warrant. Bond in both cases, I believe, is no bond. Your bonds remain at no bond at this time. You have Mr. Cohen's office representing you. Mr. Jackson on the line on our virtual link.
May I speak, Your Honor?
I'm going. You have the right to remain silent. So
Well,
I'm not sure if.
My cases were consolidated, so I had like one court date, and I had COVID at the time, and I had the lab work. I just don't think it made it to the court.
Yeah. That's all things. I don't know, Mr. Jackson, who you guys are in front of. You're for Judge LeBlanc, so you can talk to Judge LeBlanc about why you weren't here and those kinds of things like that. But he didn't give me authorization to modify your conditions, so you got to go have a bond hearing in front of him. All right, Mr.
We'll work on that.
Mr. Jackson, I'm quite sure, is working on coordinating something with Judge LeBlanc's JAs to get you in front of him as soon as possible.
Yep.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. Thank you.
There you go. And now Collins.
Your Honor, before we take Collins, one more citation that clarifies the matter for good and makes it absolute is going to be, if I might put it on the record, Miller v. State, 460 Southern 2nd 373, a Florida Supreme Court case from 1984. It establishes without a doubt on the first page, page 74, it establishes without a doubt that that attempted second-degree murder enhanced by the weapon enhancement of 775-0871B makes it a first-degree felony punishable by 30 years, not by life. So it is not even a PBL.
Cool. All right.
Okay, that's one there. Thank you. Now, Ms. Collins.
The case is very interesting.
All right.
So the facts of the case that the facts of that case were kind of interesting. They're going to be a.
What's the name of the case?
I lost it. I gotta find it. It's quite. I'm surprised it didn't make the news, but I feel like every warrant I signed, pretty much half of them made the news.
Right, but it definitely is only a F1, so bail would be required. Okay. On to Mr. Collins. Good to finally meet you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Altoria Collins.
Mr. Collins, you're here in case 2021 CF 3203 AO and 2021 MM 8496 AO. Mr. Brett, want to put your name on the record for this case?
David Varrett on behalf of Mr. Collins.
Mr. Collins, in 2021 CF 3203 AO, you're here for a failure to appear warrant. Bond in your warrant is no bond. The bonds remain as set. You're also here in 2021 MM 8496 AO on a providing false information to law enforcement charge. I was going to ask the state of Florida to have an offer to resolve that case.
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt and credit time served.
All right,
Your Honor, I do not represent him on that case. I want to make it abundantly clear I do not represent him on that case.
Yes, that's a new law case that you haven't been appointed to represent him on yet. So you don't have an attorney on the charge you picked up for providing false information to law enforcement. But the state of Florida is offering you what they call an adjudication of guilt credit for the time you spent in Orange County Jail on that case and court costs and costs of prosecution. Do you want to accept that offer from the state of Florida?
I just hold on until I kind of like figure all this other stuff out too, because I didn't know I had a failure to appear, so I just wait.
So you want to wait on the new case as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, set your bond. That case amount of $500. Condition of your bond is that you keep in contact with Mr. Verrett.
Oh, he's gonna.
No, he's on my. He has to.
No. Keep in contact with you on your other case. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you.
Okay.
It seems like you've been having contact issues. I can't add any conditions to his failure to appear, but it sounds like You haven't had a chance to speak with
Oh,
him.
if he's being held no bond, I'll speak to him in jail this afternoon or
All right.
tomorrow.
I didn't know if you wanted me to give him your number before
Yeah,
you.
because I didn't even know I had. I thought they dropped the charges because I stayed 33 days. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know I had to go to court.
Yeah.
And at the time,
It's a semi unfortunate practice that we have here in this circuit where I sign all the I or my counterpart Judge Gibson signed all the 33-day motions, and nobody seems to communicate with their clients that, hey, I'm filing this motion, you're going to be released from the jail, but if you don't, when you get released, you may get a court date in the mail, or they may be like they could still file on this case. The case just didn't disappear.
But the thing was, I was homeless at the time. I didn't have no address.
That's my point.
Exactly.
To my exact point.
Right.
And this is why, sir, I will be working to see, given those situations, I'll be working with the new judge to see if we can get you back on bond. Okay. But the honorable Mr.
NOA. I'm gonna give him your number just in case for some reason you can't get in this afternoon. The NOA for this case, Mr. Collins. All right, this is, I don't have lines on here, line 9. You can print line 9. This is the NOA waiver arraignment plea of not guilty. It has a regional conflict counsel information at the bottom. This page 1, you don't have to print everything. It is only one page, so he has everything in one. Hey. This is your attorney's phone number. Just in case, like for some reason you guys are on lockdown, something like that, you can't speak to your attorney today, and we're gonna get you on to dealing with your other cases. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in your other case.
No, so I might as well let it go and take the time, sir, for the other thing, because it's
Are you sure?
I might as well. I mean,
It's up to you.
Yeah, let's go and get it out of the way.
All right. All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. Sir, you here in that charge 2021 MM 8496AO on charge of providing false information to law enforcement. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve that case? Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to be waiving all the rights outlined in a plea form in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, medication?
Yes, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness? Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation from this country.
Yes, sir.
I did have an opportunity to review a charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein. I want to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs of prosecution in this case are $273. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Is that all I have?
Yeah, I believe so. And
Was that with him?
Judge Strobridge. Yep. You go talk to Judge
Thank you very
Strobridge
much.
about anything else.
Okay.
All right, have a great day.
Yeah.
You are the only participant.
All right, got that cleared out. All right, let's roll. Just bring them on up. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ahmed Al-Malakum.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM8499AO on charge of disorderly intox. Did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. State, was there an offer to resolve this case?
Adjudication and credit time served.
Okay.
I think that's the one I asked for a withhold.
A
withhold because he didn't have any.
I mean, he has a prior assault from 07 in New York.
I have no objection to it.
All right. All right, sir. The offer for the withhold of adjudication and guilt court costs in this case. You want to take the offer from the state?
Yes, sir.
You raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, the charge of disorderly intox is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you can be waiving all the rights outlined on the plea form in front of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, I have not.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did have an opportunity to review a charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein. Going to accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Going to withhold adjudication and guilt. Give you credit for the 2 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and cost of prosecution are $273. Give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Wayne Elliston.
All right, you got to speak into the mic, Mr. Elliston.
I'm sorry, Wayne Elliston.
There you go. Sir, you're here in two matters. The first one, 2021 MM8495AO, and charges are petty theft and giving false information. Did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause. Going to set your bond at each count amount $500. Condition is you not return to the scene of the location. Had no contact with any victims or witnesses. You also arrested on violation of probation from Hillsborough County, case 2020 CF 9933 on on-view violation. Court found probable cause. Going to set your bond at no bond. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in both cases. You have a great day, sir.
There's no way that they can resolve this. Like with something.
Well, I'm going to suggest you don't, because if you're on probation, any plea that you take can be used against you as a basis of violate, as proof that you violated your probation. And it looks like you're on charges of dealing in stolen property and false verification of ownership pawnbroker. That's 20 years in prison that you can go to prison for if you want to take a plea to resolve your case. Huh?
I didn't even know I was on probation until they told me.
Well, I'm just telling you, if you're facing 20 years in prison, if you want to resolve your case today.
What if I go to Tampa?
Yeah, so if you take a plea in this case, they can use that plea. They can just go to a judge and say, hey, judge, look, he pled. And then judge be like, okay, 20 years. Have a great day.
Oh, but if I can't go there until this gets resolved, right?
I'm not sure about that. You can, I'll appoint a public defender to represent you. They can get you, they can direct you of how to get over to Hillsborough to deal with this case.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Your Honor, Hamlet's behavior.
All right, 2021 MM8497AO. We'll reset him for tomorrow.
The next one, Curvella, is mental health.
All right, 2021 MM8494AO. Mental health, like we're not going to see them for a while. Mental health, we can deal with them tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow. Reset them for tomorrow.
Maxwell George Hospital.
All right, it's 2021 MM8493AO and 2021 MO1411AO. Let's just reset them 24 hours after release from the hospital. Come on, come on, come on. Hold up. There you go. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Warren Gines.
What happened to? All right. Mr. Gines, you're here in 2021 CT 6485 AO for a failure to appear warrant. Bonds $500. Did you have offer for this case or the other traffic case?
Your Honor, for both of the cases, it's an adjudication of guilt and credit time served. However, for the criminal mischief, there is no offer.
Yep.
And Your Honor, on the out on bond, the driving while license suspended, he is actually getting his hardship license. He has his appointment December, what is it? 16th. The note that I had in my system had also notified me of that. So I would just ask that you not take any action on the on the driving while license suspended, because I don't know how many he has, how that's going to affect him getting the
It
hardship.
sounds like you gotta get in front of your judge and handle all these cases. So you
No, the no valid we want to resolve. It's the driving while license suspended that I'm asking you take no action sinch he's going to resolve.
I'm not taking any action on that. Just on bond cases. I mean, I was just asking if we could get one less case in our system to get it resolved.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Gines, are you guys representing him on that case as well?
We represent him on the out on bond, the driving while license suspended.
But not on this case, I don't think.
No, I didn't see.
No. All right, Mr. Gines, you want to accept the offer from the state of Florida? Sorry, is that break your offer if he doesn't plead to both cases?
No, it's fine, Your Honor.
All right, you want to accept the offer from the state of Florida?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
The no ballot, get an open case, 6485. No, it's 6485.
You don't have an attorney on no valid.
One second here. All right, sir. The charge of no valid driver's license is a second-degree misdemeanor punishable with 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Sir.
You want to plead of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, you understand by plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights on this plea form you just gave me?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Do you understand by have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
They have opportunity to review your charging affidavit and your citation. In this case, they find a factual basis contained therein, going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered, going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, give you credit for the 2 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs cost of prosecution in that case are $306. I'm going to give you 2 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
You too, sir. Thank you, sir.
No action. No, you said, I don't know, other cases.
Your Honor, can I just confirm that it was case 2021 CT 7861 Faris Abdel Majad who bonded?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Tyler Johnson.
Johnson, here in case 2021. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, sorry. Sir, you're in case 2021 CT 7128AO on a charge of leaving the scene with property damage. Sorry, leaving the scene of crash or property damage. They reviewed a charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Set your bond in that case in an amount of $1,000. Condition of the bond is that you not having contact with any victims or witnesses, not operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
here to be seen on the FTA warrant.
Well, that's what I thought, but now I have that case in my queue here, 7128. But then I don't see an FTA. I was looking for the FTA warrant. That's what I was looking for.
It's the same case number.
Hold on wait a second. All right. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, yeah, here for a failure to appear warrant bonds $500. You already had a public defender representing you in this case. Have a great day. Extraneous information. No, like the way the stuff is printed out, like notes are not matching up, working too fast.
Does he still have a hold in Lake County?
That's some kind of out of county thing. I don't know.
He does.
Yeah, he's still here on the out of county, and then the bondsman endorsed the leaving of the scene. Okay, and then he just got the FTA warrant.
Here for, but he can postpone or no?
Yeah, the Lake County one has a no warrant.
I don't know. He's saying he was here Tuesday.
For the Lake County case?
For the same exact offense. I'm not.
That's why I was confused. That's why I was like, I saw him on the 30th. Because you told me he's here for a failure to appear warrant. I saw him on November 30th. That's why I was confused about why he was here.
Okay.
Because the bondsman came off his bond?
Yes.
Okay, so the bondsman came off your bond, so I'm just resetting your bond to what it was, $500. I'm glad to have you talk to your attorney about that. Morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Trey McDonald.
Mr. McDonald, you're here in case 2021 CT 7862 AO on a charge of driving under influence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case in an amount of $500. He's going to, does he qualify for pretrial? It's the FTA. I'm sorry to see that, Arkansas. All right, bond's $500. Condition of your bond: no drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. You may not enter any bars or places where the primary source of income is the sale of alcoholic beverages while you're out on bond. In this case, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Ja'Cory Payne Blunt.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CT 665AE on a failure to appear warrant. Bonds $2,000. Say was an offer to resolve this case.
Adjudication of guilt and credit time served.
Sir, do you want to take the offer from the state of Florida?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Put your hand down. Sir, you're here for a charge of no more than vehicle registration. That's a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea forms in front of you?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, not at all.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
in the past.
What was the mental health illness you were diagnosed in the past?
Anxiety, depression.
Right. Do you take any medications for anxiety or depression?
No.
Are you suffering from the symptoms of your anxiety or depression right now?
No.
Well, other than being in jail in the courtroom.
Other than that, no.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand about entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
I did have an opportunity to view a charging affidavit and citation, did find the factual basis contained therein, going to accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered, going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, going to give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and cost of prosecution in this case are $306. We'll give you 2 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
You too.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Morning, Lenuel. Leonardo Piñero Garcia.
What happened to Arnold? Timothy Arnold.
That's felony.
Who is this?
This is
no, wait a second.
traffic.
Maybe we got stuck. Say your name again?
Lenuel Leonardo Piñero Garcia.
Oh, okay, it was stuck to the other one. All right, sir, you're here in case 2020 CT2700AO for a failure to appear on a driving under influence charge. Bond is $1,000. Bonds remain as set. Let me see here. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
I got a question. What is
Your bond is, you can post
get benefit? Do I got a 4 day or something?
Yeah, later. The call number is still from Secretary.
Okay, but I can bond out right now. I don't know what I'm gonna bond out. That's if I don't think I'm bonding out.
Okay, so call the number, and I'll let you speak with your attorney, and I'll see what they do. Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Timothy Arnold.
Mr. Arnold, you're here in case 2021 CF 15335AO on a charge of battery on a person 65 years or older. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. You're going to set your bond in this case amount of $2,000. Condition of the bond that you had no contact with the victim in this case, not return to the scene of the location, may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons and firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
James Bradford.
Mr. Bradford, you're here on 2021 CF 14580AO on a charge of animal cruelty. Judge, there's been a direct information filed. Court did review the documentation, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this matter an amount of $3,500. Condition of the bond is not allowed to possess any domesticated animal while you're out on bond in this case. You also have 48 hours to report to the sheriff's office as a violent sexual predator or sexual offender. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Selena Medoro Cerblanco.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 CF 15350AO on a charge of possession of cocaine. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,500. Condition of your bond is you're not allowed to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. You're subject to random drug testing in this case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're 26 years old.
Yes.
You may want to talk to Judge Lattimore down the hall about drug court, because looking at your pattern of behavior here, you're just gonna you're gonna do a life sentence, basically. You're gonna spend more time in jail here with us than out in the world. So I don't know, you're at that point where you probably should start thinking about making a change, because there's only so much more your body can take. All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Irvin.
Tell me your full name.
Irvin Cherry.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 15348AO on charge of battery on a person 65 years or older. I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. We'll release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition of your pretrial release, no contact with the victim or any witness, no return to the scene of the location. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Kiara Cunningham.
Ma'am, we here in case 2021 CF 15338AO on charge of grand theft, motor vehicle, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to set your bond at count 1, amount of $2,000, count 2, $150, and count 3, $150. Condition of your bond that you not have any contact with any victims from this case. Not possessing drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, subject to random drug testing in this case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You also may as well talk to Judge Lattimore down the hall about drug court. It looks like you're about 33 years of age. You kind of started a little late, but you're on that pattern to be here spend more time in custody than out in the world. So, you might think about making a change at this point before, things turn when you can't turn them back. All right, have a great day.
Your Honor, David is a bond.
Oh. All right. State, you may want to take a gander at that case.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I don't know how you get somebody to get. I think that was a typo by Judge LeBlanc or by the clerk. Well, the allegations that he shot somebody in the shoulder, and then they charged him with attempted manslaughter with a weapon, and somehow he got a $5,000 bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jamal Dean.
Dean, you're here in case 2021 CF 15337AO on charge of grand theft motor vehicle and possession of drug paraphernalia. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1, amount of $2,000. Count 2, $100. Condition of your bond that you not have any contact with any victims or witnesses from that case. Not possessing drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Subject to random drug and alcohol testing in this case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Seems that you're out on bond in 2021 MM 277AE.
Yeah.
Court find probable cause you commit a new law offense while out on bond in that case.
Yes, he has arraignment on the 17th.
Your Honor, I would ask, given that his last conviction was in 2005, that you consider revoking and doubling his bond amount as opposed to revoking him and holding him at no bond.
Hold on. I'm not really going to do that because, what do you think? Did I do this? No. Judge Brownlee ordered him not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription as part of his release conditions in that other case. So the court's going to hold you at no bond as to that case. Condition of that bond still that you had no contact with the victim, even from the jail. Okay, have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Melvin Jermaine Gray.
Mr. Gray, here in case 2021 CF 15351 AO on charges of possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting officer without violence. Did review the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1 amount of $1,000, count 2 and 3 at $100. Condition of your bond that you not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I don't know if you're ready to make a change or not, Mr. Gray. But I don't know, you're on the tail end of this situation. Have a great day. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Morning, Jeremiah Desmond.
So Desmond, you're here in case 2021 CF 15340 AO on charge of burglary or conveyance and petty theft. Reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Set your bond at count 1, $3,500, count 2, $500. Condition of bond, no return to the scene of the location, no contact with victims or witnesses. Do not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You seem to be out on bond in Osceola County, case 2021 CF 1599 AO. Court find probable cause to commit a new law offense while out on bond in that case. Is going to revoke that bond. Set new bond at $0. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your cases. You have a great day, sir. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Betsy Lee.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 CF 14578 AO on charge of battery with a prior battery conviction. There's a PC warrant and an information filed in your case. They find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount $2,500. Condition of bond, no contact with the victim or any witness, no return to the scene of the location. And not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, ma'am.
Can I ask one question about my bond?
Good talk to the public. All right, so no drugs and alcohol without a valid prescription. And no operate motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
$10% with the bail bond.
$150.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Durante Assad Sadre Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, you're here in case 2021 CF 15344 AO on charge of burglary of a dwelling and criminal mischief. You reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Set bond in count 1, $5,000, count 2, an amount of $100. Condition your bond that you have no contact with any victims or witnesses, not return to the scene of the location. May not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Good afternoon. Apologize. Tell me your name.
Christopher Maynard.
Mr. Maynard, you're here in case 2021 CF 15329 on charges of sexual battery with a child between the ages of 12 or 18 years old by a person in familiar or consanguineal relation in 3 counts. The judge I signed your warrant in this case, so I did find probable cause for your arrest. State what you asking that I do as to these 3 counts.
Your Honor, they are all punishable by life. I ask defendant be held no bond.
And Mr. Maynard, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. George.
We reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing, Your Honor.
Mr. Maynard, as to these 3 counts, of course, is going to hold you at no bond in this case. Condition of your bond, you've been here while you're at the jail. Do you have no contact with these victims or these victims' families? That you are not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release, as well as you are not allowed to return to the scene of the location where these instances occurred.
Okay.
And you have to have no unsupervised contact with any child under the age of 18 years old. You have a great day, sir.
There's nothing you can do about that. You're gonna have to call the number. This is the only person that can do it. Only person that can reach out to them.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Good afternoon, Stephanie Jean Mitchell.
Ma'am, we're here in case 2021 CF 15343AO on charges of burglary of a dwelling, criminal mischief, possession of MDMA or ecstasy, and resisting officer without violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Set bond, count 1, 5,000, count 2, 100, count 3, 150, count 4, 100. Condition your bond, no return to the scene of the location, no contact with victims or witnesses, may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, subject to random drug and alcohol testing. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Rivera, you're here in case 2021 CF 15015AO on charge a warrant signed by a judge charging burglary of an occupied structure and petty theft. Judge found probable cause by signing your warrant. Going to set bond in count 1 amount of $5,000, count 2 $100. Condition of the bond that you not have any contact with victims or witnesses, not return to the scene of the location, may not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, subject to random drug and alcohol testing. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day.
Your Honor, who's the victim and where is this address? I don't even know who the victim is or where this address is at.
Okay. This address is the Hyatt Plaza Hotel at 8688 Palm Parkway in Orange County. So, like, no talking to those people for not residents, no return to that hotel. All right, have a good day. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sorry, can you tell me your name?
Billy Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in 2021 CF 15342AO on charge of tampering with a witness, like tampering with physical evidence and possession of drug paraphernalia. You're also here in 2021 CT 7867AO on charge of no valid driver's license. They reviewed charging affidavits in those cases, found probable cause. In your tampering charge, bond is $500. Drug paraphernalia charge $100. In your traffic case, bond is $500. Additions in both cases are the same. No operating motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Subject to RAM drug testing. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you. You have a great day.
Go ahead.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Your Honor, Smith is a refusal.
All right, it's 2021 CF 851AO. He's already appointed public defender.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, bond in his cases for his failure to appear is $5,250. You're going to remain as set. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Thomas Webster Yan.
Mr. Yan, you here in case 2021 CF 15345AO on a charge of possession of cocaine. They reviewed the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to state your bond amount of $1,000. Addition your bond, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. We subject to RAM drug testing in this case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Did I forget anything, State?
Nothing from the state.
Ms. George.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
And Ms. Davis.
Your Honor.
Sunshine. All right. We'll be adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow.